Okay, hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate all of you. So in today's video, we're not going to talk about Germany. Today we took a flight. We are going to Finland. Which city are you in Finland?
I'm in Helsinki.
Helsinki.
Yeah, the
I
capital
think
city.
that's the only city I know in Finland.
Ac-
So let's.
Actually, Helsinki is like three cities in one. So some people live in Espoo, Vanta, but they just call it Helsinki. But
Ah,
in Helsinki, the heart of Finland. Yeah.
okay, great. So today we have Carlson from Finland. He's going to tell us about studying in Finland. So Carlson, I'll let you introduce yourself briefly to us, then we can move into the main topic.
Okay, so I am Carlson. Like she said, I've been living in Finland for the past almost close to 8 years. So I moved to Finland as a student. I was fortunate to have like a scholarship program. Studied business, international business management then, and then later on I switched to nursing, and I'm actually now I'm doing my master's in welfare technology, which is something really really incredible. And yeah, so far so good.
Now that's very interesting because I heard you studied, is it business? You did
Yeah, yeah,
nursing. That would be a nice thing to talk about later on.
yeah.
So yeah, today's main topic is about studying in Finland. So a lot of people want to know, like, when people want to study, the main thing they are concerned about is their fees and their money. So how
Mm.
is Finland like? Is it like in Germany, it's free tuition for public universities? So in Finland, do you also have like a free tuition thing?
So this question I've heard these questions like 1,000 times, and it's a
Right.
very good question, and I feel like it's something really important to just say it as straight as possible. Nowadays in Finland we don't have free education anymore, unfortunately. But still, we have what is called vocational trainings. So if you want to go to a vocational school, it's entirely free. But if you want to go to a university itself, so vocational training, is like professional studies back then. So they offer courses like maybe cookery and those kind of things. But if you want to study in a university, and then it comes with a course. But still, with that, we have some ways that we navigate through it, and we do what is called early birth.
Okay. So looking at the tuition fees, if one wants to study in Finland, let's start with the least tuition fee one has to pay per semester or per year.
So in Finland, we do per year,
Okay.
but still you can pay in semester. It depends on you. But what
Mm.
school usually puts out there is what you pay yearly. So the least, going to your question, the least school could be, let's say, from 2,500 euros, and then it could go as high as 15,000 euros and 20,000 euros, depending on where you are studying, depending on what course, and depending in the city and town you are studying. So
Mm.
you understand that in Europe they always do what is called depopularization. So the cities with huge number of persons, they kind of want people to move a little bit out of those cities. So if you're looking for a school in Finland, you have to look for a school where, not here in Helsinki, for example, maybe a school towards the north. Those schools there are really really cheap, and like I said earlier, they do what is called early birth, and early birth is actually something that we do with so many students, whereby if you get your admission studies, you have your admission, for example, the day that you confirm your study place, so you've been offered admission. Once you confirm that study place, then we kind of want to pay that fees within 2 weeks. So if you pay within 2 weeks, you get what is early bird. So for example, you had to pay 5,000 euros, you end up paying 2,500.
So you get like a discount.
You have a discount, but it's called,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So that's if you are able to pay within a certain timeline.
Yeah, so that's why, for example, we always encourage people before accepting the study place, kind of already start making arrangements for the payments, because there's no need for you to accept the study place and you haven't thought of how you're going to pay. Once you accept the study place, and then we kind of think that, okay, we have to make the payment somewhere in within 2 weeks so that you get the
Right.
early.
Oh, okay. So before we move into our further questions, you guys, Carlson has a YouTube channel. I know some of you will be interested in what he's saying already. You are hooked. So to get better information and proper details, I'm going to leave his YouTube channel in my description box. Go to him, watch his videos, support, subscribe, like all his videos, do all the good stuff. Okay. So yeah, if I'm a new person, like I don't know anything about studying in Finland, where do I start from? What link do you have? Do they have a specific link to like searching for schools? You know.
So what actually does what Finland really does, which I think is so good, is that
Mm-hmm.
they are in one website which is called studyinfo.fi. I can say that again, studyinfo.fi. So once
Okay.
you go to that page, the page is made in three different languages. So you have English, Swedish, and Finnish. So you understand that in Finland, the two languages, official languages, are English and Swedish and Finnish, but they have English there as well. So change the page is right, your right side, right to the top. You have to change the language to English so you can understand what is happening. And then there is a search bar where you can actually write what you're searching or what you're looking for. And interestingly, they've made it so easy that if you're looking for IT studies, for example, you just have to write information technology. And once you write that and you click the search button, it's going to highlight all the schools with a similar subject like that.
Yeah.
And just like from there, you can just click whatever school, and it shows like, for example, it will give you an option that there are 13 institutions with this program. Okay, and then you can now click on that button. It now takes you to the institutions, and you can compare the school fees and everything. From there you can make a decision.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That was very insightful. So let's look at some basic requirements if one wants to study bachelor's or master's degree. Basic requirements you will need.
The basic things.
Yes.
You have high school kids, uh,
Okay.
and then if you're coming to study doing like a master's degree program,
Mm-hmm.
have graduated from an accredible university, and you should have, it depends on what kind of program, because in masters, fortunately, we have lots and lots of scholarship for master students, which are not really the case for bachelor degrees. So they are kind of a little bit like, you should do a really good letter, motivation letter. And then some schools, they want you to have about 3 recommendation letters from maybe from your workplaces or from your former lecturers. It depends on the schools, but those are the situations. And most often, if for master studies, we don't have any entrance exam, just those things. But for bachelor studies, some schools we have entrance exams which are
Okay.
online. And like you said, the requirements, before I forget, nowadays it's really coming into effect. Some schools, they want you to possess the IELTS,
Mm-hmm.
which is the English language proficiency certificate.
Okay. So do you apply with a bank statement or something?
No, no, no.
Okay.
And just to make it, let the viewers know that if somebody asks you for application fees, you should call that person a thief, because in Finland we don't have anything called application fees like what is done in the UK and some other parts,
Mm-hmm.
whereby you have to pay a fee to apply. No, in Finland, application is free. You can just apply, and yep,
Okay. Okay.
you
Okay.
don't
Okay.
you don't have to pay a dime to till you are offered the study letter.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So what about the grade points? Does it really matter in Finland to get like a master's program?
Yeah, I think
I see. Mm.
it should matter, but it depends
Yeah.
on the program. It depends on the magnitude of the program. It depends on how competitive the program is. So if there are so many people applying for a certain program, of course they are going to go with the best grades, and who has a really good motivation letter. And that's why I recommend that when you are doing these kind of things, you have to contact some people that know how to, what should be included in a motivation letter. Sometimes we are searching for schools, we are so much in a hurry to just write anything and submit, but that's not the case. You have to sit down, take your time, contact one or two people who really know what are the things that they want to see in that motivation letter, and it gives you an upper edge to kind of beat your competitors to get this study place.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. I think okay. You mentioned scholarship because from the beginning your introduction you said you had a scholarship. How did
Yeah.
you navigate it getting a scholarship in Finland? How did you get a scholarship? If you could
Yes.
brief, yeah.
Thank you for that question. Actually, my background, I was working in a bank in Cameroon. The bank is called NFC. So working in that bank, one of our clients walked in one day and told me, "Hey, you have been I've been coming here and you are such a brilliant boy. Can you have to look for opportunities abroad?" Then I started searching, and then I found this school. So then you just have to write like I did what was called double degree. So it
Mm.
doesn't means that you have a degree already. You just want to have a top up to work in that country. For example, I always talk about in my channel, I talk about top up courses for nurses. If you have a nursing degree in your country, it's very difficult to practice in Finland as a nurse because the requirements to practice as a registered nurse they are kind of large. You know, they have to be licensed in Finland and all those things, and it's not easy to get that license from your home country. So you do what is called a top up degree. So I came to Finland and did what was called a top up degree. It's called double degree, and so many people. These are opportunities that people don't know about. So it's still out there, but people don't know. So double degree, you just come to Finland 1 year, you get another degree in almost a similar field. So I had a degree in banking and finance. So when I came to Finland, I now got a degree in business administration. So they are kind of it's a top up degree which allows you to easily get a job here in Finland and of course in Europe and other parts of the world.
Right.
So there are other many of these scholarship schemes still available. You just have to through studyinfo.fi. You can see many of those things, and of course in my channel as well, I always bring out so many of these scholarships that are coming. And fortunately, there is one actually uh, from I remember it's coming from the 28th of August to the 11th of September this year. Some scholarships are going to be available.
Oh, okay, great. So if you want to know more of this, go to his channel. You've heard him right. Don't come and ask me because I don't know. So I also leave his Instagram. Should I leave your Instagram handle in my description box in case they want to
Uh,
come bombard your DM?
Okay, no, it's okay, it's fine. But though,
Right?
just to let people, I do Instagram that much, but it's fine.
Okay. All
Mm.
right. So a lot of us when we travel abroad, we look at the opportunity of can I work as a student? So does Finland offer are students allowed to work in Finland?
Yeah, most definitely. So
Okay.
Finland, that's really nice question. First of all,
Mm.
because very important for people to understand if they're or for people to know if they're going to be able to work or not. So in Finland, we don't have something those kind of things that is like
Yeah.
not working visa, all those things.
Mm.
There's nothing like that. So once you are a student in Finland, you can work. But some employers want you to work like 25 hours a week so that you have time for your studies. But
Yeah.
some employers, they don't care about those things. So the good thing is that once you are a student, you can work as much as you want, depending on
Okay. Okay. Okay.
you.
That means in Finland, it's not the number of hours per week is not restricted like in other countries. In other countries, it's 20 hours per week for students. It's
No,
not
no,
restricted. You
no.
can do okay.
Yeah, like nowadays, people are like, if they have, let's say they have one job where the employer is saying that no, you have to do 25 hours as a student,
Yeah.
that job, like they have two jobs.
Mm.
So when they are off here, they do the others. So at the
Mm.
end, so much like 50 hours a week, and 50
Okay.
hours quite a lot.
Okay.
So
So can one like be able to sustain their fees from working part time jobs or like these jobs? You can pay your fees with that.
most definitely. So
Okay.
well, how can I put this? Um, well, let me say this in
Yeah.
that way, So you coming to study in Finland, right? You want to go to a town that is less expensive. For example, it was or not. We know that those places, the job opportunities there are slimmer. But what usually happens is that we have what is called transfer studies. So what students do, what I always do with my students is that I get them school to study somewhere in the north, and once they come to Finland, they are studying there. We now do a transfer, so we can transfer from one university to another in Finland without any problem. So we now transfer. from the north to the south, and you stay in Helsinki region, and stay and work and as much as possible. And the nice thing is that you can actually do these jobs. There are many jobs that you can do even without speaking Finnish language and still survive and pay your school fees. Yes.
Okay. I was actually going to ask that, like, how easy is it to get these jobs without speaking Finnish? I was actually going to, you've answered it.
Well, well, you can go back to it because it's kind of two-sided question as
Yeah.
you understand that more professional jobs you have to speak some level of Finnish, but as you just come into a country, it takes time to learn language, so you put yourself on so much pressure. Start with the minimal jobs, start with the normal kind of jobs, and by the time you are in that area in that country, after a couple of months you start knowing how to navigate yourself and knowing how to get other better jobs, and of course learn Finnish language, which is very important.
Okay. And I heard you mentioned your students. So do you provide like services for people who want to like move to Finland to study or something like this?
Yeah, I actually I had a very active WhatsApp group, so
Mm.
put everybody together because it wasn't. I'm not doing anything for people to pay me. It's just a way
Oh,
to help my friends, or I
okay.
call my friend, though I don't know you, but it depends on. So I put everybody there to work as a community, so that
Mhm.
that I might have answered earlier 2 days ago or whatever, somebody might ask that same question, and somebody can simply just copy the text and answer that question. It has been running for a while, but I changed my number and WhatsApp closed that group. So I'm thinking of something else because I don't want to use WhatsApp again to do those things, because
Yeah.
any messages and all those things. I want to create something different. So
Yes.
you know that.
Okay. This is what I can recommend because I have a similar thing. I have a Telegram group,
Yeah,
Study in Deutschland Telegram group, and I urge people to join that group. I'll leave it in the description box if you want to join. Those watch if you want to join. So I have this Telegram group, and that's one of the questions I've not updated because I'm no more a student. And
yeah,
there are people there who are still like now applying. They have all these answers. So if when you join and you ask your questions, so many people are there to like help you.
yeah,
So yeah, I also have like so you can create a Telegram group. That
yeah.
one is really good. Yes, you can do
Maybe
that.
I'm going to do that.
Yes,
Maybe
yes, yes.
I'll ask you privately to tell me how to do it. But anyway,
Oh yeah, oh, it's very easy. Like I'll just let me know. I'll just
okay.
all right. So let's look at again. We are wrapping up. When we come to study abroad, our main aim is to like is greener pastures.
Mm,
After graduation, we want to find a job. So
mm.
does Finland offer like a postgraduate visa? And how easy is it to get like a job after graduation?
So what I always to answer your question, I'm going to go a little bit like a snake. So to answer your question, I'm going to say that I always recommend that once you're coming to study abroad, please don't just come to study abroad because you want to come and study abroad. Look for
Mm,
something that is demanded in the market. The IT, the engineering, the healthcare, all those kind of fields. They are something that you cannot have it wrong.
yeah.
you know so rather than you coming to study some kind of hospitality management, all those kind of things, that it's very very difficult to get a job even in that field after studying. But these fields that I kind of mentioned earlier, you usually don't get it wrong. But anyways, away from that, whatever you study, Finland doesn't take into consideration that you should have a job that it matches with what you study. So once you graduate from Finland, you have like 1 year to get a job, and then with that you should apply for your A resident permit. So in
Okay.
what is called the A resident permit and the B resident permit and stuff like that. So once you nowadays they give the students A resident permit, but the A resident permit is different from the resident. So what happens is that once you come to Finland after your studies, in fact, most often before people even graduate from school, they already have jobs that they can use to extend their permits. So that is it. Once you are working in Finland, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Once you are earning, for example, you live in Helsinki region, you earn 1,200 euros minimum a month. You apply for your A resident permit, they give you 4 years, and then after that 4 years, you can apply for permanent or you can apply for citizenship, depending if you have lived in Finland long enough to gain those status.
Okay, so they give you like 1 year post-study visa.
No, we don't
Yeah.
have. Usually there is the 1 year post
Mm-hmm.
study. Let's say it like that. It's available, but
Yeah.
I should be sincere. I've not seen anybody using that because let's say you have a 2 or 3 years degree
Mm.
studies and you come to Finland and you start working after 4 3 4, let's say you start working after 4 months, right? And there is high possibility that before you graduate, if you have been working in so many places, you must have had a place whereby they want you to become maybe a permanent worker, or they want to have a long-term contract with you.
Yeah.
So people don't usually go to that route whereby they graduate and
Mm-hmm.
you apply for 1 year. No, before graduating, they already have jobs that they are ready
Yeah.
to. That the job doesn't need to sponsor you anyway. It's not like a sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to show that you are earning 1,200 euros minimum, and with our tax system, they don't even need to, you don't even need to show anything from your tax. It shows your brutto, your brut, what's that, your total amount of money that you make a year, and from there it's easy to calculate how much you make per month. So if that gets to 1,200 euros, and then you are good to go.
Okay, so but would you also say that learning Finnish will give you a better chance at getting better jobs, like more options?
Yeah, I always tell people that you cannot live in a country where they have a different language and you don't want to study that language, because you are left behind.
Mm.
Forgetting about just getting jobs for your daily movement, for you to survive in that country, to know what is happening in the news. It's good to learn Finnish language. So, but of course, learning Finnish language gives you an upper hand to get more jobs, and it's like a key to open several doors. So once you speak Finnish, you can get several job opportunities that you wouldn't get if you
Right.
don't speak English. But you can
Okay.
survive here in Finland without Finnish language.
Mm. Also,
Yeah,
you also said you later on studied nursing. Did you have to do that in Finnish, the nursing program?
yeah. Actually, I no, I did not study nursing in Finnish.
Okay.
That would have been too much for me
Okay,
back
so
then.
they have nursing program in English.
Yes.
That's really good. Yeah.
So all these nursing programs in, let's say, in universities of applied sciences, all of them are in English, so you
Mm.
don't worry about Finnish language for those. But what is good in Finland is that they understand that as a nurse you should speak Finnish language. So in during your studies, you have lots and lots of Finnish.
Oh.
Also, we have like, for example, 9 job rotations that you go to work in hospitals and all those things, so you get those exposure and you can practice your Finnish language,
Okay.
and that's it. So
Oh, that's really good. That's good. All right. So before we end the live, I mean our video, how is Finland like in terms of accepting foreigners? Is it like warm?
yeah, so Finland is actually at the moment facing what is called aging population.
Mm.
They have an estimate that by 2030, almost 60% of their working age will be going to retirement. So this has forced Finland to kind of open their arms to foreigners. So this is the best time. Most of these Western countries, what they do best is that they can plan well ahead of time. So that is what Finland is doing. They are opening their doors now to lots and lots of foreigners. So that being said, that is why, let's say 5 years ago, English was not one of the languages spoken in Helsinki. But now we have English as one of the languages in Helsinki city, which means that they are accepting foreigners. You understand? And the Finnish people as well are becoming more open to foreigners, and they are becoming more confident. Like these countries in Eastern Europe, they were not kind of, to be frank, they were not this foreigners friendly. but nowadays they are becoming really, really friendly. And in Finland as well, it's been good. And luckily for me, I've never experienced what is called racism. I don't know if I've just been lucky, but I think it's been good. And it's now is the right time if you're planning to move to Finland. It's the right time. We also have what is called talent boost, which has just is just started, and it was actually to start in January 2025, but they want it now because talent boost is just like they are it's just a system whereby they are doing everything possible to encourage people to make Finland to be more attractive, and of course you should know that Finland has been the happiest country in the world.
Yeah, I heard that.
We are doing everything. Finland is doing everything to make the environment conducive for foreigners, and we know that foreigners contribute really high to the economy because this economy is they kind of survive on taxpayers stuff. So they want you to come and work and pay tax and make a life for yourself. So Finland is really doing
So,
encouraging come. So
so you guys, Finland, watch out for Finland. I think that's with the tuition and the fees. Either if it was like Germany, I'm sure a lot of people would actually come to Finland. But I heard in the past Finland had free tuition, if I'm right.
yes,
Right?
yes.
Oh,
So this fee started like about three years ago, and
oh,
the reason is simply because the number of applicants has
um,
has the kind of maybe quadrupled. You understand?
yeah.
So for example, my university where I was doing my or rather where I'm doing my master's studies. So I actually work also with international student affair office. So last this term, people who applied in January, we had over 25,000 applicants applying to get 40 study places. So the number is too much, and that's why maybe they started thinking that, oh, it's better to put this fees, because at first there was fee, there was like no fee and really fewer people were applying. But nowadays fees are increasing every year, but the amount of applicants are increasing. So it means that there is something. Of course, Finnish education is one of the best education system in the world, and so they are selling their educational system to make more money. But it's just unfortunate that nowadays there is the school fees, and it doesn't look like it's going to go back because so many people are applying. So the fees doesn't stop people from applying, and of course the opportunities there that Finland is providing it makes it so attractive that people want
Yeah.
this and come and study.
Okay, so final words. What do you have to tell anyone who wants to move to Finland?
Yeah, for me, I think this is the time when once you think of something, you have to do it. This is the time to move to Finland. Please, if you want to travel abroad, look at the country's economy. Please, you don't have time. I always tell people you don't have time to jump from one country to another, jump there and all those things. It's good to do your research. Look for a country whereby the economy is stable. You can make your family. If you want to talk about family and work-life balance, Finland is top-notch. Yes, there are so many factors that if we want to start talking about them, maybe this video will get to tomorrow. But
Yeah.
think of I'm just encouraging you. I've been here and I've traveled to so many countries. Fortunately, I'm now a Finnish citizen, so I can travel to as many countries as I want. But still, I come back here because this is home. And uh,
Mhm.
the next thing you want to think about is how easy it is for you to integrate into a system. So Finland is doing what is called integration plan. If you come to Finland, they will do what's called integration plan, which is going to help you to integrate to the system. So guys, if you want to move to Finland, don't think too much. Just make the move, and either by studies or by job. There are also job opportunities out there, but this one is precisely for nurses because that's my field. We have companies that I'm working in close collaboration with. So I'm doing like what's it called? It's not marketing, but I'm kind of ambassador to
Okay.
because of English speaking and Finnish language, which I speak very well. So, but anyways, I think now is the right time to move. You and your family, and I don't think there's anything to regret.
Yeah.
But of course, our weather is not the best. Just to let you know. So our weather is not really the best, but still we are surviving. So
You manage. Before we go, as a student, can you move in? Can you come with your family?
yes. So
Okay.
let like years ago it wasn't possible. It wasn't something that was in the like in the people were doing. But nowadays, what is happening is that they've understood that once you are living here and your family is far away, there are many people are getting depressed, the weather, they are lonely and all those things. So they kind of take that into consideration and they consider your family to be the closest people in your life. So nowadays you can come with your family, with your kids and everybody, but it comes with a cost. You have to put more money in your account to prove that you can take care of your family and loved ones. But it's possible, and your family includes just your if you're married, if you're let's say you're married with your kids, it doesn't include your sister, your brother, all those things. So we should get it clear.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. This video was very informative and insightful. So you guys should head to Carlson's channel, subscribe, and yeah, ask him all the questions. And also, if you have any questions, leave in the comment section. I'll try and answer if I know some, because I'm not really knowledgeable with Finland. So or I'll just ask him and then I'll answer you guys. So thank you so much, and I'll see you again in another video. Bye. Have a nice time.